A tragic accident, and years later, this man's identity is still unknown. He fell off a cliff in a local park and died nearly 40 years ago. A search for his name and his family isn't over. The case is still open at the medical examiner's office. Investigator Sarah Goldenberg continues our new series, Unidentified.
The identity of more than 50 people who have died over the past several decades is still unknown in Cuyahoga County. Investigators need your help to bring their families answers. This man was visiting from out of town when a tragic accident ended his trip and his life.
He said he was from LA. He said his name was Joe. He said that he got robbed at East 30th or 31st Street and didn't have money to get back to LA.
Joe climbed a cliff 75 feet tall at Metro Parks in South Euclid. Investigators say he met up with some guys he didn't know too well, and they had a few drinks.
Had picked up another guy in between, and they were 4 guys drinking in the Metro Parks, and 3 of them climbed back down to get in the car to go get more liquor, and he fell off the rock.
But the true identity of Joe is still a mystery. Angie Fisher with the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office is trying to crack the case years later.
He was found on May 8th, 1981.
The men he was with called police and Metro Park Rangers, filling them in on what they did know. Joe said he spent time in New York, New Jersey, and Los Angeles. Investigators found he was 25 to 30 years old, 5'7" and 146 pounds. He had brown eyes and hair and was wearing all of this clothes. One shirt stood out.
He was wearing a t-shirt that said Don Bosco Tech, physical education. So we contacted the Don Bosco schools, and there's one in California, there's one in New Jersey.
19 Investigates learned the medical examiner's office got one tip after sharing information about the case on the alumni website for Don Bosco Tech schools. But that person was found alive. One theory now is the shirt could have been donated and maybe he didn't attend that school. They have his dental records and fingerprints, but all of this evidence hasn't been enough.
We've gotten some leads, not a whole lot though.
Investigators could exhume this man at some point for DNA, but they don't have anyone to compare it to. If you know who he was, call the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office at the number on your screen. Watch for our next unidentified case next Friday. Sarah Goldenberg, 19 News.
And of course, you can watch the entire Unidentified series on our Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, and mobile apps. Well, you just watched 19 Unidentified.